Welcome to the second video of our Popi compliance series. So, what do you need to do to become Popi compliant, and how are we going to help you do it? As explained in the introductory video, the Act sets a number of minimum standards that need to be met. These standards can be distilled into 6 broad requirements that, if fulfilled, will meet those standards. In this video, we will look at the first 3 of those requirements. Number 1. Personal information must be kept safe and confidential. The first requirement is that all personal information is used in a way that keeps it safe and protects the individual's confidentiality. This naturally means no one from outside an organization can gain unauthorized access to the information, such as a hacker. But it also means no unauthorized internal personnel, such as employees. Docket's document management system solves these problems. Documents stored in Docket are encrypted, providing robust protection from external threats. User and role-based security will also restrict access to personal information to only authorized employees. It will also record all employee interactions with personal information, such as when it was accessed, who accessed it, and for what purpose. Number 2. Personal information must be collected for specific, legitimate purposes or functions. This brings us to the second requirement. All personal information gathered by your company must be for very specific and legitimate purposes. Thus, your company must have a procedure where it identifies all the processes that require personal information in order for your company to do its work. And not only that, it is essential that your company's procedure does everything it can to minimize the amount of personal information that it requires. So once the purposes are identified, the Docket system will enable your authorized employees to attach to every piece of personal information the information required to guide your employees in how they can and cannot use specific personal information in your company. This will prevent personal information from being used for purposes other than what it was gathered for, and in the case of mistakes or breaches of protocol, provide the information required to see what went wrong and who was involved. Number 3. Consent must be obtained before collecting or processing any personal information. The third requirement is that you must obtain the consent of the individual before you gather or process their personal information. In obtaining their consent, you must provide them with detailed information of the personal information you need and for what purposes, as well as their more general Popi rights, such as their right to confidentiality and to withdraw their consent at any time. On top of that, your company bears the burden of proving that you obtained consent in this way if a dispute ever arises or a complaint is lodged with the regulator. This requirement can therefore place a huge administrative burden on your company. Luckily, Docket has you covered. Our system will help you initiate the process of obtaining consent and then store all the resulting communication with the individuals. This can range from email strings, electronically signed contracts, or other digital media such as voice recordings or video. All the evidence you need to prove you complied with the Act stored automatically. Not only that, our system locks in the documentation's format and content so that it can never be modified or tampered with. So, no one will be able to question the integrity of your information.